Hello there and welcome. I'm Ben. This is Inner Space. We're going to do a yin session today. So join me in your cross-legged seats. Grab some sort of a cushion available. It could be a yoga bolster, it could be a couch cushion, pillow, anything that feels good for you. We're going to be using it to support ourselves in poses. So once you're all set up, we sit in our cross-legged seats, moving the chest forward and back. Nice and simple. One-dimensional movement. It's just forward and back. You might even enjoy the sensation of closing your eyes to help you relax your jaw and your cheekbones and the back of the neck. Consider the idea that this is mindless movement, with so much emphasis nowadays being on mindfulness. I'd like to offer you the perspective that in this class, we should be mindless. Empty the mind. Make the mind smaller. Release the thoughts. Let go of the ideas. And then we're going to do our left and right movement. The shoulders, they go left and right. With your bigger, deeper breath. Consider the idea that this warm-up section is a mapping of where you can and where you cannot go. You're not trying to achieve any pose. You're not trying to look a certain way. You're more so just becoming familiar with the way that it feels when you go to certain places in your body. How does it feel? How does that feeling react on your neck, on your shoulders, your jaw, your lips? Let's combine these two dimensions now, forward, back, left, and right, like making circles. Forward, back, left, and right, all together. We can start to synchronize the movement with the breath. Naturally, you're going to want to exhale forward and inhale back, so that when you fold forward, you push all the air out. It exhales, and when you lean back and you inhale, you've got lots of space for your breath. Exhale down, inhale up. And then on this last one, we're just going to finish at the very top, so that at the very top, we can take our hands up above the head and reach and lift and stretch, and then we do our left and right up here. We do our forward and back up here. We do forward, back, left, and right all together as we move the breath. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. And just allow yourself to move however it's appropriate to move. Again, we're not trying to achieve any pose. We're not trying to accomplish anything. In fact, what we want to do is the opposite. Mindlessness. Now, next time you get up into your center, I want you to look up with your chin, look at your fingertips, and then breathe just fine. Breathe just fine. We don't need to force anything. You're going to put right hand on the floor next to right hip. Reach over to your right. Up and down, left and right with the shoulders. We open the chest, close the chest, reach the arm, lift the arm until you figure out where you want to be. How you want to feel, how you want your breath to move in this side stretch. We are stretching the space between left pelvis and left shoulder, the ribs, the side belly. You can support yourself with the bottom hand, but obviously you don't need it. You can reach with the top hand, but also you don't need it. You can just wrap that hand behind the back. What I want you to do is start to take this belief, which might sound a bit far-fetched, might sound a bit magical in the beginning, that you can have your cake and eat it too. You can get a stretch and feel better. You can do the work and relax at the same time. This is what we're going to learn in yin class today. The left arm is going to cross over and across the body, left hand to right knee. Take that right hand behind you. You're twisting to the right. Exhale deeply and turn your chest to the right. And then when you're as far as you go, relax your neck. Take a big deep breath. Soften up the belly. Allow yourself to be here. Isn't it a simple idea? You put yourself into a pose, you do the best you can, you try as hard as you can, you think as clearly as you can, and then you just allow yourself to be where you are without needing to push beyond it or do more or try harder. You just breathe and you just acknowledge all the sensations that exist for you. And we're going to unwind from this, and you're going to be in a cat shape. Push your hands towards me. Tuck your chin down to your chest. Squeeze at the lower belly, round the back, round the shoulders away from each other, and then a big breath. We inhale, lift. And put the left hand down outside the left hip and reach over to the left. Over and up. We open and close the chest. All of these options are available. No hand on the floor, yes hand on the floor. No hand in the air, yes hand in the air. Where do you want to be? How do you want to feel? You see, it's my job here to clarify for you, without any doubt, that in the present moment, you are 100% responsible for the way that you feel. Even if you have chronic pain, even if you have emotional trauma, even if there are outside circumstances that are bothering you. We can understand this idea of radical self-responsibility. And while you might not like this idea, it might seem threatening, it might seem limiting, it might seem invalidating. But if you practice long enough, if you continue with this yin yoga, it's the only natural conclusion to come to. The right hand goes across the body, right hand to left knee, look to your left, squeeze at the belly, big breath, lift up the chin, exhale out the stress that you feel. Allow yourself to be where you are. If you don't like where you are, change it. Every adjustment exists somewhere in the three-dimensional framework. The chest is either going to go forward or back. The shoulders are either going to go left or right, and the chin's either going to go up or down. And in this way, you're moving through three dimensions, and that's all you can do. We live in a three-dimensional world. Once you figure out a better place to put your three-dimensional body in three-dimensional space, then you can take a big breath and test. Does that feel better? Do I prefer that? If so, bravo, well done. You are completed. Last one here. Let's unwind. We're going to go back into your cat shape. Push your hands towards me, tuck the chin down, squeeze the belly, inhale, lift the arms all the way up, and then separate your feet so that the soles touch. This is your bound angle foundation. We're going to stay here for the next 5 minutes. Bring the hands down, use them to support you if you like it. Grab your cushion or your bolster if you want to. Lots of ways that we can set this up vertically, horizontally. You could try to put your nose on it. You can reach it out in front of you. You don't have to use it at all. You just tuck the chin and round the shoulders and relax the jaw. Apply pressure to the pose. And then start to become familiar with the sensation of resistance. Most notably, you should find it in your inner hips, your groin area. Resistance is the antithesis to allowance. Allowance is the thesis of yin yoga. Allow yourself to be where you are. If you are resisting where you are, you're not going to get the benefit that you're looking for. You cannot use yang, exertion of energy, in order to feel the yin allowance of the present moment. At first, we have to play the black and white duality game. It's either this or that. Now, we'll get to the place where this isn't true at all. But for now, right now, you have to avoid the resistance by readjusting the physical body, bringing the chest away, is the best way to feel it. Now, the reason why we stretch in these practices is because the feeling and sensation of pressure that we get in our stretches assists us in focusing into the present moment, into the body. Feeling into the body, withdrawing your mind's senses from the outside world and bringing them to the inside world, this is one of the most important aspects of the yoga practice. Allowing yourself to feel all that is happening to your body right now will lead you to the clarity that you are creating it and you are responsible for the way that you feel. Because if you just move your chest back, you'll feel differently. And if you just move your chest forward, you'll feel differently. And therefore, the spot that you've chosen to sit with, the way that you've chosen to support yourself, is ultimately creating your present moment reality. In the present moment reality that we are attempting to create together for the yin yoga practice is one in which we feel kind and loving and caring and nurturing and resilient and enduring. We feel allowing and welcoming. It feels effortless. It feels sustainable. And ultimately, we want to concentrate on these feelings because it feels good. Last breath here in this shape, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. If you've got the bolster in front of you, set it off to your side. So sit back in the hands and bring your knees together, feet flat. Exhale deeply. You can support yourself with your hands behind you. Squeeze the knees together and keep them together while you windshield wipe the legs down to one side, exhaling down from the center. And then from the bottom, I want you to inhale back to the top. Inhale, lift. And then when you get to the top, exhale down. And so this way you can pair your mind and body with your breath. Inhaling up. And exhaling down is the way that you synchronize your mind and body. In this way, the mind can be understood as the element of your breath which is retained in the body. Naturally, you know the breath that comes in and goes out, comes in and goes out, comes in and goes out. But there is an element of the breath, specifically the oxygen and the carbon dioxide, which stays in the body and travels through the bloodstream. It's about a 90-second to a 2-minute cycle of feeding your body, nourishing your cells. This is our last one, and we're going to keep our knees over to the left side. So I'd like you to have both of your knees to your left. And then when you sit up, you can pull your top right knee back to the inside of your foot. This is the foundation. Your legs are mirroring each other. And when you lean to the right, obviously there's more pressure in the right hip socket. When you lean to the left, it's more sustainable. You're looking for the proper amount of pressure, because too little pressure, and what happens? You start thinking about your laundry list of things you got to do later. I'm bored, this isn't working, is it the best use of my time? I don't know. But when you lean too far to the right, what happens? There's so much pressure that you dissociate. You say, ooh, let me think about something else. Let me grind my teeth. Let me work it out. Let me struggle through it. And so it's not too much, it's not too little, it's just right. Right in the middle. In the middle, you're going to feel all of the things. The right hip is under pressure. It's uncomfortable. The right knee is even a little uncomfortable. But it's not in pain. It's essential in this practice to be able to discern the difference between discomfort and pain. Pain, we stay away from. There's no use to pain. Discomfort is very helpful. Discomfort shows us our boundaries. Discomfort is a great sign that we are in the stage of growing, because growth is uncomfortable at its very core. You want to be uncomfortable, you do not want to be in pain. From the place of discomfort, you want to be able to acknowledge the fact that your wrists are not uncomfortable, your jaw is not uncomfortable, your neck is not uncomfortable, your shoulders not uncomfortable, your breath not uncomfortable. And so in this way, we have more than one thing going on. Yes, the hip is uncomfortable. Yes, the knee is uncomfortable, but everything else is doing pretty fine. When we acknowledge all of ourselves and we allow everything to exist all at once, the discomfort and the comfort, then we are accepting all of ourselves. We are aware of all of ourselves. We are allowing ourselves to go through the stage of growth, but from a clarified, balanced mentality. One in which we are not struggling or forcing to get ahead, but rather just simply going through the motions. This is what it feels like to be growing. What we can do in this practice is automate the system. You see, once you become aware of the objective point of view, the bird's eye view, once you step out of the body, mind, consciousness paradigm, and you just observe what's happening, and you realize all the things that are going on, then you can start to tinker with it like you're a master baker with a recipe. I'm going to do a little bit more of this, a little less of that, a little of this, a little of that. I'm going to make it my own. I'm going to change the recipe because last time I had it, it wasn't exactly perfect. I think I should adjust the bake time or the temperature. You start playing with all of the different components until you figure out just the right combination of things that satisfies you. And that's what it's all about. Feeling a sense of satisfaction. I'll clarify for you now that the thing that feels most satisfying is not your physical comfort. It's not flexibility, it's not strength, it's not balance. What feels satisfying is being able to identify a problem, analyze the problem, address the problem, and then solve the problem. That feels satisfying. What feels satisfying is knowing that you have a range of mobility, you have freedom to choose any spot within that range of mobility, and then you can stick with that choice of yours and still breathe calmly and still feel like you are in an element of control over your circumstances. Because if this is a practice that forces upon us the realization of radical self-responsibility, then will we sure better learn how to control things Because if we're responsible for it all, then we've got to figure out the mechanism and how it works. Last breath in this shape. Let's lean to the left so that we can get the right leg to go out. Sit back in both of your hands and shake the legs loose. Take bigger, deeper breaths. Relax the neck and shoulders. Open the chest, close the chest. Bend the knees, soften the legs, all the things. And then we're just going to switch sides. So I'd like you to bring the soles of your feet together again. This is that bound angle shape. And then you can use left hand on left knee to bring the left knee up and over to the right. Now both of our knees are facing the right, and the top left knee pulls back to the inside of the foot. This is your foundation. Shimmy around, find your balance. We go forward, back with the chest, left, right with the shoulders, up, down with the chin until we find the perfect spot that feels like it's just enough pressure so that we are equally parts uncomfortable as we are comfortable. And when you can find yourself in a 50-50 balance of uncomfortable, comfortable, then you are in control. If you can walk on a tightrope, you're in control. If you can balance the complexity of your life, you're in control. Being in control does not mean everything feels good. Being in control means you are able to manage all parts, all aspects, balance, all of the things, all at once. And from this place, now you can say, you know what? Today, I got a lot of energy. I also got a little thing that I'm working through in my mind. I'm going to really lean into it. I'm going to put more pressure on today. Today, I want to push a little harder. But just as easily, you could say, you know what? Today, I'm not feeling it. I need to take it a little easy today. I'm going to lean over to the right and just give a little bit of pressure to that hip. Just as much you could decide, you know what? Today, I'm not certain what I want. So I'm going to kind of like bounce in and out of my hip, and therefore display my range of motion. And I might spend the full 5 minutes doing this. I might spend just 60 seconds doing it. It's best not to make decisions beforehand. It's best not to decide what's best for you. Instead, just allow it to unfold naturally. So that when you get tired of rocking back and forth, or when you get bored of leaning, taking the weight off of it, or when you get exhausted from trying too hard, you just naturally make your adjustment without thinking about it. And I'll suggest to you that this is the most satisfying thing that you can do. Become familiar with your intuition. Listen to your body as it speaks to you. Make subconscious adjustments so that you're no longer in pain. So that whether you're sitting in a yoga pose, or you're washing your dishes, or you're working at work, or you're talking to your friend, or you're doing whatever you do, you subconsciously make the adjustments to fix your posture, realign yourself, balance, clarify your mind, and breathe calmly. That's it. To be aware of your surroundings, to recognize it all as coming from inside of you, that you're responsible for all of it, and then to choose which aspects to highlight, which to minimize, to serve you best in the present moment. Now, in this way, you might say, well, I don't know what serves me best. I've been trying to figure it out my whole life, and I still don't have the answer. And so yoga can offer this clarification. What serves you best is always changing. It's always different from day to day. In this way, you can understand. I teach yoga every single day. I sit in this pose every single day, and I've been doing it for years. But every day I do it, it's a little different. Sometimes more, sometimes less, sometimes in motion, sometimes I lean, sometimes I don't. Every day, it looks different, because every day my body needs something different. And my job is to give my body what it needs, not to force my body to do what I think I want. You understand? In this way, when my breath is calm, and I can breathe through the nose, and I can relax the lips and the jaw, and I can clear my mind, and I can focus on my breath and my heart. When I'm focused, when I'm here, when I'm present, and when I'm calm, this is what my body wants. Unconditional of whatever pose I'm in or however much pressure I'm exerting. I'm here, I'm focused, I'm calm, I'm able to breathe. Unconditional of whatever stress or lack of stress that I feel in my body. This is how you know what's best, so that if you find yourself in a spot where you're breathing real hard, holding the breath, squeezing the jaw, clenching the teeth, that's your first sign. You don't belong there. That's not what you want. That's not what your body wants. And even if that means you've got to go all the way over here in order to just breathe, then you know what? So be it. That's where you got to be. And it might take you a year or 2 or 5, or it might take you 10 minutes before you find yourself up here. It doesn't matter how long it takes. If you're giving yourself something that doesn't feel good, what are you doing? Why are you doing it? I'll offer you the analogy of the horse and rider. Either you're going to put spurs on your boots, and you're going to kick that horse in the gut with your spurs every time you want to do something for you, and you're going to force your horse to do what you say. Or you're going to love that horse. You're going to develop a deep emotional bond with it. You're going to feed and water your horse before you do yourself. What type of relationship would you like to have with your body? Would you like to be the disciplinarian for the body, or do you want to be the nurturing caretaker of your body? What do you need? Last breath here. Lean over to the right. Let that left leg out. Sit back in the hands. Shake out the legs and the back of the neck. Take a bigger, deeper breath and stretch the chest and the shoulders, and let go of the fight and the resistance, the effort to try to make it bigger and better and stronger and faster. And just breathe. We're going to bring our bolster underneath the legs. Now, if you don't have a cushion at home or a pillow or something, it's okay. You don't have to have it. You can just bend the knees without it. You'll understand I'm getting into this shape. And then I'm going to fold forward over the legs. But if you don't have the cushion, you can do just the same. Okay? So it's support. It's not necessary. If you've got it, enjoy the support. Make sure your legs are long. Make sure your ankles are relaxed. Bring your chin up and down. Make your spine long. And then go forward and back to find the pressure in the hips. You're doing this because you want to feel like a clamshell, squeezing in the hips. Go forward and squeeze. And then when you feel like you have enough pressure on the hips, tuck the chin down, relax the shoulders, move the breath. Let your stress out. Relax your jaw. I highly encourage you to close your eyes and stop looking at me on your screen. You can follow my voice, and I will tell you when we move out of this pose. You relax through the back of the neck and the jaw and the lips and the eyebrows, and you just find a sigh of relief and let go of all the effort, all the trying. You're looking to have equal parts, discomfort and comfort. Once you find yourself holding balance, then I'm going to encourage you to focus on the aspects that are comfortable without losing the discomfort. Yeah? You don't want to eradicate the discomfort. You don't want to get rid of it. The discomfort is there for you. It's your support system. It's your boundaries. It's containing you. You need the discomfort. I'll offer you this perspective where even 51% comfort, 49% discomfort will be a healing position. Even 51% will bring you into alignment with all that is and the intentions of creation. Even 51% will be revealing and relieving. 51% is good enough. And if you're curious, you can start to experiment with what it would be like to go to 60% comfort, 40% discomfort, 70% comfort, 30% discomfort, and just, to give you a little shortcut. I'll clarify for you that when you go too far into the comfort zone and you lose your discomfort, you're just going to fall asleep. That's it. You're just going to fall asleep, even here in this pose. And if you don't fall asleep, you'll start daydreaming outside of the body. There's nothing wrong with that now. You can do it, it's enjoyable, but I'd like you to just know that you're stepping outside of the yoga practice now. Again, no judgment. You're not going to hurt yourself by daydreaming. But you're no longer focused into the present moment. The present moment is your body. We do yin yoga to heal the body, to soften the body, to relieve the body, to help the body, to support the body, to nurture the body. If you're daydreaming, you're not helping your body, you're not in the present moment. Staying in the present moment is hard, it's challenging. Consider the analogy of an ER doctor or nurse who has a never-ending rotation of patients that walk in that need their attention. It's hard to stay focused and move from one thing to the next, 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 to the next. And that's why so many of us live with chronic pain, because it's easier to just live with the pain than it is to actually get rid of it. I'll ground you in the clarity that this is a practice which teaches radical self-responsibility. Nobody's going to do this for you. Only you can do it for yourself. You bring your awareness to your shoulders and your neck and your jaw, the mid-back, the low back, the thighs, the feet, the whole body. Do a quick body scan and find your subconscious tension. Where are you holding tight but don't need to be? Where can you let go of? It's your last breath here. And then we sit up tall. Sit back in the hands, remove the cushion from underneath your legs if you've got one. We just shake out the legs, take bigger, deeper breath. Let go of the breath you've been holding. And we're going to lower down to the back for our final pose. If you've got a blanket and want to cover yourself up for this, please do so. We lower down. We extend the legs and recenter the heels and the hips and the shoulders and the back of the head until you feel like you're balanced. Sometimes people take the shortcut that, Shavasana, you're just laying down on your back doing nothing, but that's not the case. This is a yoga pose just like all the rest. Your balance is important here. The placement of your hips and your shoulders, the placement of the back of the head and the heels. will determine whether or not you are capable of actually finding relief here, a sense of satisfaction, a moment of clarity, calm. You feel the belly moving up and down, the chest expanding and contracting, the hands and the fingers softening and relaxing, the eyebrows loosening, the jaw settling. Every breath you take is nurturing, loving, even 51% comfort is enough. As you just start taking bigger, deeper breaths now, you can come back to the lifting and dropping of your belly, the expansion and contraction of your chest. You can start to squeeze and release your hands, your toes. You'll stretch your arms up over your head, and when you're ready now, you'll transition back up into your cross-legged seat so that we can close out our practice. Nice and easy, we return to the cross-legged seat where we do our forward back movement with the chest, left, right with the shoulders, up, down with the chin until we feel as if we are centered appropriately. In the center, we inhale, fill the lungs. Exhale, empty the lungs. And somewhere between these two extremes, find yourself where you want to be. Just the right amount of pressure that allows you to focus into the present moment, to stay with your body, to feel your body, to allow all the things to exist, the comfort and the discomfort. And when you find the discomfort overwhelming your comfort, readjust. Find a better place, change your breath, change your thoughts, release the jaw, exhale deeply, all the stress comes out. and then reevaluate. The goal is not to get rid of discomfort. You want discomfort. What you want is to have equal amounts, 50-50, so that from there you can focus your mind on what is best for you, unconditionally. Thank you so much for joining me here at Inner Space. I'll see you next time.